is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Friday night. We're about to go in with that quarantine stream, baby. Yeah. All new Friday night vibes. Better smash that like if you want YouTube to favor us with the decent connection. Better smash that like, baby. How you feeling? Yeah. Yeah, we in here, you better smash that like. Apologies for the late start. The delayed start, shall we say. I was just making stuff wavy, you know. I was just adding that sauce, getting that extra sauce rolling. Bringing in a load of new tunes to the DJ library so we can get fresh. You know, it's important. Hey. I just noticed this font, this scrolling, doesn't have an apostrophe. What a dick.
What is going on, baby? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we in here. It's that quarantine stream. Quarantine stream situations. Quarantine situation all across the goddamn nation. Yo, you just heard the beautiful sounds of Zendroid's Intergalactic Cruise Ship, which was the basis of one of the tracks of the Elon album that became Merge. Yeah. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How you feeling? I'm feeling good, baby. I had 5.5 hours sleep last night. That was an improvement on the previous night. What else happened? We released the Gary Vee album today. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So that was pretty hype. That was a long time coming. Now it's here. Yes, it is. Woo! Look at that just chatting scene, because we're just chatting right now. See, it says just chatting. I tried to change that to quarantine stream earlier, and I nearly did, but then I ran out of time. I was like, was it like 5, 6 o'clock this morning? I was messing with this shit while the Elon visual was like rendering. And I was still doing it right up till the last minute. But look at this, incremental changes every day, right? Incremental improvements every day. Every day we just get a little bit cooler, a little bit better. This gets a little bit more pro. You know what I mean? A bit more wavy and splash. Shouts out to everybody logged in. A big special shout out. We got some new members in the building. I just noticed. Well, first off, shouts out to Joel Freeman, who upgraded his membership to level 2, which was smart, because at level 2, that's all the music. You can download the albums, so you can download that new Gary Vee. Smart move, Joel Freeman. Welcome new member James Jones, who just joined. And welcome new member World Watcher, just joined. You're going to get some air horn stuff. Yeah! What a time to be alive. Yeah. Why not try do something big? Hey, hey, hey. Go on. Yo. What's cracking, baby? A record. Don C's the first person I can see, but he was talking to DS Duena saying good attitude. So shouts out to both of you. Shouts out to you guys. You was in early. Shouts out to everyone who was locked in early. Do you know what's good about you being locked in early? It's really helpful for me because in the back end, I can do testing. You know, I'm constantly doing testing, trying to make this thing work better. And it doesn't sometimes, so then it does. And I was having mad trouble with the chat. So because you were already talking in the chat, I was able to test that the chat was working, and we seem to have a functional chat situation. Yeah, so that's good. I think we've got some lag going on right now. Hopefully that sorts itself out. That seems, as far as I can tell, the way that we get this thing moving is you smash that like and then the stream settles down and everything's beautiful. That's what seems to usually happen. So, yeah, that's what I'm counting on. How are you feeling? Digital Rhino says Eric Weinstein's on the new Joe Rogan. Yeah, I was expecting that. How was it? I haven't listened. Did we learn anything? What interesting new acronyms did Eric Weinstein debut? I'm assuming he's debuted some interesting acronyms. Maybe WANG. You know, weapons against not good or something. You know, penis. People eating not insulin stuff. I need to sleep more. Yo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby. Hey, we got a new member. Look at that. Just got a brand new member. Welcome to level 2, St. Michael. The St. Michael in the building. The St. Michael. That guy, you know, who's chilling out, hanging out by them pearly gates. Going, your name's not down, you're not coming in. Name's not down, you're not coming in. Not tonight, not tonight. Yeah, that's my guy. That guy's level 2 member of the Meaning Wave Club. Yeah, look, an alarm just came up all over the screen just to show that point. Ah, thanks, Weinstein. What kind of civil disobedience? Everyone to go out and cough on each other. Get out there and cough on your fellow man. And that'll be fun. What kind of civil disobedience is he calling for? The thing to be disobedient against right now presumably would be staying indoors, right? Well, personally, I'm enjoying staying indoors. But, you know, that's because I'm hanging out with my family, and my family's great. You know what I mean? And you guys. So I get all my socializing and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I hang out with my wife and my kid, and then I chill with you guys. You know what I mean? Like, what else do I need? I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing. Yeah. CCP, Communist Party, what? Digital Rhino sees pissed at the leaders lying to us. Ah, is that a new thing? When has it ever not been the case? Anyway. Yeah. Is the video chilling itself out a bit? It looks a bit better on this end, but it's hard to tell. It did this yesterday, right? It was funky for a bit and then it got cool. I guess that's what we need to do. We need to just like, get it cool. Faced is in the building. Says, love the wave pyramid you have. Yeah, I love the wave pyramid too. It's great, isn't it? It was great. This was a gift. An artist made this for us and sent it through, and now it's ours and we get to enjoy it together. This is a very beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing. What is going on today? Mama Dunn is poorly. She got a crazy migraine. She's not feeling so good, so, thoughts and prayers for Mama Dunn. Poor Mama Dunn. Thoughts and prayers for me. I forgot to bring water up here again. That's just terrible. How could you do such a thing, Akira the Dunn? I'm already very thirsty. I'm going to have to, make a break for it, run downstairs or something. But, I'll have to do that. I'll have to play you a song. That's what I'll have to do. We need to get that 100 to get kicking off, obviously. We need to get those 100 likes. Because, that's what we live on. That's what we live on. Let's go to that scene. I got 3 scenes right now. Just you watch. I'm going to have so many scenes by the time we're through with this. By the time we're going to have so many scenes. That's the scene, right? It's like a different setup. I didn't even know you could do that until last week. I'm learning so much right now. Chef Ken says, like the new look, ATD. Don't let me put words in your mouth. Thank you. Hector says, love the magenta machinescape. It's nice, right? Digital Rhino says, looks better. Cool, thanks. Hey, I've got different lighting as well. Do you notice there's a bit blue in here? I'll put a thing in front of the light, so now it's blue. Incremental changes. It's just every day, just make it a little bit better. A little bit better. That's all you can do. If that's the system, and that's my system, just make it a little bit better every day. Then, in a year or something, you're like, wow, holy shit, look at where you are compared to, before. It's just so much iller, That's all you can do. I was on Broman's podcast yesterday. Has anyone heard the Broman podcast? It was really good. It was really good. The guy's really, really interesting guy. He had some great questions. We had a great conversation. And we did talk a bit about that. And the whole systems versus goal things, the whole incremental improvement thing, the whole hyperproductivity thing, the whole zone inhabitation thing, all of them things. It was a very interesting conversation. You should check that out. I think I'll get him on here. Maybe I'll get him on here next week. I was thinking of getting more guests on. What do you think? Do you want guests? Would you like some guests in here? Would you like me to talk to some other people? Sheila D says, I had a migraine early this week and it took me a whole day to recover. I can go months without getting them, but then they'd sneak up on you. Blessing healing advice from Mama Dunn. Yeah, that's what happens to Charlotte. Mama Dunn gets that. She'll go months and then she'll get whacked upside the real bad. I don't get it at all. I never get that shit. I'm very lucky. I don't have to worry about those sorts of things. I just have to worry about, streaming lag. Just got to worry about that streaming lag, really. And other than that, I'm groovy. I've got you guys looking out for me. We're all looking out for each other like some little funsies. Don C says, yeah, guests. You want guests? Guests are good, says Andrew. Yeah, I'm still working out the shape of this show, you know what I mean? Currently it's bit of chat, play some music, a bit more chat type thing, That's not a bad balance. It's not a bad balance, but there's so much more we could do, There's so much we could do. It really is an infinite potentiality and possibility of things we can do. The only thing that, that we have working against us is the internet speed, stream lag, all that type of thing. Equilibrium has been reached. No, it's not. It's now 66 to 64, 67, 64. Oh my God. Yo. Face says I get stomach aches from certain foods and it sucks. Well, that does suck. Hey, guess what I found out last night? I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, the Tom Hanks disease, the whole bat connection, it's something to do with the kind of bacteria that's all over bats for whatever reason. And humans get it with certain diets, and that makes them more likely to get the Tom Hanks disease. And you get the bacteria, I can't remember the name of it, but you get it from eating what they call the standard American diet. But also, vegans and vegetarians get it really badly as well. And it turns out, they're saying, that the best way to guard against this bacteria, because the people who don't have it are people who are keto or carnivore. They don't have that bacteria, so they don't get the Tom Hanks disease. So I guess I'm safe. Woohoo! And so is Jordan Peterson. He's got enough problems. You know what I mean? He has enough problems. He doesn't need no Tom Hanks disease right now. So yes, make some noise for a lack of that bacteria. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. St. Michael says it's the same as the SARS. It's called SARS-2. Yeah, that's an aspect of it, right? It's like a three-pronged attack. It's part corona, part SARS, part HIV. That's what I'm hearing. So it can attack on multiple levels. But whatever, man. I ain't worrying about that shit. Like, what was it I saw today? There was some news story, and it was like, 21-year-old dies of coronavirus. And then you look at the story, and it's like, they had leukemia that was undiagnosed, and that's what killed them. But they thought they had, they got a bit of the coronavirus or whatever, but what actually they had was leukemia! And you're like, God damn it. Can you news people not just, do anything honestly, just for 3 minutes? Just for 3 minutes, can you not do anything honestly? And the answer is obviously no, which is why, you should ignore them and watch the quarantine stream. Just get down with your people and focus on that which was within your control. What was the other interesting thing I saw today? I don't like to talk too much about news type things, but this was interesting. Your boy, the President of the United States of America, said that, I can't remember which organization is now recommending that everybody wear masks at all times, because now we're going to be groovy cowboys, We're all going to be groovy cowboy bank-robbing gangsters walking around with masks, like the Drain Gang. However, he then said, I'm probably not going to do that, but that's what they're saying you should do. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, all right, well, so basically you're saying we don't need to is what you're saying. That's what you're saying, isn't it? What a time. What a goddamn time. But that sort of thing has definitely escalated. I went out today and everybody was in a mask. It's interesting how people just kind of pretty much do what they're told for the most part. People are very obedient. Very obedient. St. Michael says viruses do not care about a mask. No, probably not. Or bizarro proteins. All sorts of weirdness. Ryan Hack, congrats, Akira. You absolutely crushed the new album. Have you ever talked with Gary? Hey, thank you, brother. We'll talk about all that in a bit, shall we? The answer is no, I haven't spoke with Gary. I spoke with his team. I spoke with his boys at VaynerMedia and his trainer. But yeah, what I figured is maybe we could play some music from the Gary Vee album and talk about it, because people kept asking me about that. And people have been asking for some videos like that or something. They're like, oh, could you do a video where you play the songs and then you talk about the songs and talk about what you learned from them or what the point was and all that? And I was like, well, that is a cool thing we could do on a stream, really. And the way the format I quite liked on the Friday night stream last week was we did some Meaning Wave stuff and then we had a full-blown effing party, right? So maybe we could have like a little kind of Q&A, Meaning Wave conference, early evening vibe, and then we could go in for the party. You know what I mean? Go in for the get down. How about that? Let me know what you think about that as an idea. Axel Stack says, no masks here in America, everyone doing what they want. Lol. I'm in America. I'm in Los Angeles. Today, the vibes changed and everyone was wearing masks today. Today, everyone was wearing masks. I was out there. Went out on the streets. I went to the coffee shop. Everyone was wearing masks. The guy who owned the coffee shop, he had a mask on. The only people you see still working are Mexicans, and they all had masks on. They're all still building houses and things like that, and they ain't give a shit, but they have all got masks on. And then the ladies I saw walking their dogs, they all had masks on. Dogs didn't have no masks on. I don't know why not. No masks for the dogs. Thought Object says US wanted masks and 3 million went. Now we contract with China. What is this? The company that makes the Meaning Wave merch. We updated the store today. If you go to the store, meaningwave.com, you'll see new merch. We got Marcus Aurelius stuff. It's very fly. My guys that make that stuff in Texas, they're being allowed to stay open for essential business because they're making masks. A lot of people making masks. My homie rang me earlier and he said a friend of his who is in the t-shirt business has now pivoted to masks and has got an order for like 1 million masks or something. Or 10 million masks? It was a lot of masks. Like, is everyone really going to wear all these masks? That's what's going on? It's very interesting. Very interesting. FaZe says, I don't know if this is true, but I heard some cats started to get the virus too. I love all these rumors. So many rumors. Cats getting the virus. Yo. What a time. We'll get a bit deeper on all that later. I've been hearing some interesting things, but you want to get late night vibes for that depth. Late night vibes to that depth. Tim, the Vim Fuego says, Sargon and Rebel Wisdom pretty much my sources of sanity in all this. And here, obviously, shout out to those guys. That's all my guys. Shouts out to all those guys. Yo. Smash that like. We're gonna start playing some music soon. You know, we're gonna get some vibes. We've got a ritual. You know how we get down. We got a ritual. We got a ritual, baby. We're a ritualistic people. You know, the human beings. Human beings love a ritual. They love a good ritual to the humans, and you know, I love a ritual as much as anyone else. So we have a ritual, and that ritual is the International High Five. And what we do is we say where we're from, and we do a high five. You know, and we do that every day. It's every day, and it's good to do. It's good to check in, because we as a community, we're a global international community. You know, we're an interdimensional community too, and it's good for us to go, oh yeah, that guy's there, I'm over here, all that, and yet we are all together. And you realize you're together, because one thing they, as DJ Khaled calls them, have done successfully for a long time is try and convince us that we're somehow different and we're not, you know. And they've pitted us against each other. And it got really extreme up until very recently. They'd got so extreme with it that it was like boys versus girls and different skin colors versus different skin colors. It was so crazy. It was like absolute lunatic, evil racists were running everything and thinking they were incredibly virtuous for being incredibly like racist and insane. Like luckily, you know, the communist Chinese and Bill Gates conspired to make them seem stupid. You know, and here we are now in a brave new day, in a brave new world. But it's important to remind ourselves, you know, that we are, you know, we're little funsies all together, and we're nodes in this network, and we live in all these different places, but we're all together, you know? And that's the truth of it. Because outside of all that stuff, you know, this is a shared dream that we're having right now. You know, we're God dreaming about doing some cool shit. All of us. That's what we all are, right? We're all God dreaming about doing some groovy shit. You know? And that is never more apparent than when we're in these kind of situations and you have this cool lighting, vividly things behind you, and we're all together in the chat. Like bad funsies. So I want you to tell me where you are, right? And in one word, I want you to tell me, in one word, your hope for the future. In one word. One word, where you are. One word, hope for the future. Yeah, that's what I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all I want to know today. Just for now. I'll probably want to know some other stuff later. You know, I'm inquisitive. Ooh. No. It wasn't you. I wanted to play this one. This beat is called Friends of Mine, and it's for you. Yeah! Yeah. International high five vibes. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. This said words, it goes heart and soul. Baby, there is no goal. Turn the lights on bright. You're a rock and roll star. Hey, reverb, yeah. Feel my love coming from the heavens above. I'm a girl, you know it's true. Baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me on TV, at the TV station. Baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me on TV, at the TV station. Yeah, we got some answers. We got some knowledge in the house. We got some knowledge in the house. We got some wishes. We got some people. We got some places. We got some stuff. We got Oregon. Enlightenment, says John Uri. Oh, hang on. Let's get to the beginning. Damn, where did this all come from? So many people. So many people. St. Michael says there is only one race and group identity politics is evil. That's very true. Charles says, what up, y'all? Hentai Warhol. Cambridge. Vibecraft. Nice. Dane Singh, 500 deadlift 2020, very 500 pound deadlift, good. ATL, Nirvana, says Adam Watts. Will Green says North Dakota, exploration. The Vim Fuego says Queensland, humanity. Thought Objects is Minneapolis. Hope to one day jam with Akira. That's a beautiful dream. That's a beautiful dream you have there. I like that. Yeah, Narnia, St. Michael, and he hopes for pizza. Yeah. Pixie's in Auckland, New Zealand, and hopes for United. Jeff, New York. Love. A future of love, obviously. Amanda, Charleston. Unity. Base. Greg Rastafari. Gay Rastafari. SM Kali. A new way to say hooray. John Uri, Oregon. Enlightenment. Nice. DS Duenas, Tacoma. Hope to go on an ATD show with my lady. Yeah. Shit, we're doing that right now, huh? But yeah, we'll be together again soon. Kristen Betters, Pittsburgh, Health. Digital Rhino, New Orleans, Space. Damn straight, baby, we're going to space. LZ says Wave. Hector says Brazil, Progress. Yeah, that's just... You're going to get a whole bunch of that. Andrew C, Toronto. Hoping for wisdom? A future of wisdom. R.D. Owens, Virginia, Inspiration. You're going to get that, baby. WMIV MD Adventure. Cindy Bailey is in Riverside, looking for that future of balance. St. Michael points out that Alan Watts says Narnia is the best place to be. It's a good place to be, unless it depends what time you are. Because if you're in the time when the Ice Queen was running shit and giving people all that fake Turkish delight and turning people into rocks, that was not a good time to be alive. However, that was that bit. It was just the darkest before the dawn. It was before Aslan came along and said, fuck this shit. We ain't having no more of this shit, goddammit. And he sacrificed himself on a stone table. You know what I mean? So the little girls saw and they're like, what you doing, Aslan? What you doing? And he's like, He was tricking her. You know, he was tricking that evil queen. And the Snows left Narnia. You know? And the righteous, who was it? Edmund, that little prig. You prig, Edmund. And, his little sister and his big sister and his big brother. They did righteously rule for many, many, many times. And then there was a war of some monkeys later on. And there was a voyage of a Dawn Treader, and it all got really, really deep. But the best book was the first one. And lots of people think The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the first Narnia book, but it's not. It's The Magician's Nephew that's the first book. And that's when you see it really come together, because it was Rick from Rick and Morty who really kicked all that shit off. And he was doing weird experiments with an acorn. He grew a tree from an acorn that he got from Narnia, and he got to Narnia with some little jelly. What was it, like jellies? Little cups of jelly? I can't remember. But it was deep, brothers and sisters, and it lit my imagination on fire when I was just a small boy. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the feeling I had. Lying up awake late at night, hiding under the duvet, pretending I'd gone to sleep so my parents didn't know whether, with a little flashlight, reading those Chronicles of Narnia books by C.S. Lewis. You know? And that Magician's Nephew book, it had an apple on the front that was being peeled. And that was very haunting. I don't know why. But yeah, the wardrobe was grown from the tree that was planted from that Narnian acorn, you see. We all grow from these little acorns, all of this stuff. Everything started somewhere, brothers and sisters. It was written, but it's the first time line, I'm from the town, that the town in the book is about. Oh, nice. Do I play chess? I used to. I haven't played chess in ages. I haven't played any games for a while. Hercules wants to play a game later. He says he wants to play the you laugh, you lose challenge. So we'll do that. Coventry. Command 8 is in Coventry. Auto space. Yes, Coventry. Land of mine fathers, or some of them. Determined. Stay determined. Damn straight. Uthika is in India. Perseverance. Blessings. Damn straight. We got a new member, Lavender. Just came into level 1. Welcome to the channel, Lavender. Where's that channel welcoming emoji? Sound emoji. Yeah. Yeah, Dane Singh, Damn the Dawn, trying to get some tonight. I'm always trying to get some, man. LZ, Portland, Meaning. Ricardo, Brazil, Hope, Recovery, Respect. Chef Ken, Arkansas, Love. Carmen Kenshin, LA, Growth. Lavender Bird, Bay Area, Thrive. Martin Potter, Western Australia, Seeking Within. This is a beautiful, beautiful future you're dreaming of, brothers and sisters. You know, we talked about this a lot, but everything that happens in this world is a result of someone dreaming something that came true. Everything starts with a thought. Life works from the inside out. Everything begins as a dream, you know? And as I always say, it's like, who's going to dream our future? Who's going to dream that dream that becomes our reality? And maybe it's you, maybe it's all of us right now. Maybe that's what we're doing. You know, maybe that is what is going on. And that's a beautiful thing. So it's time for the International High Five, brothers and sisters. And we're going to cock back, crack, crack. And we're going to zoom. We're going to do that right now. Why is it, right, I can do the Vulcan thing with my left hand, but not my right? Isn't that strange? Very strange. Yo. Yo! Yo! Ooh. You are lost, and I'm at home. No one wants to be all alone. Ooh, baby's in mid-condition, and I've been doing some dirty wishing. Let's both get on that rocket to the stars. Baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me. On TV, at the TV station. Baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me. On TV, at the TV station. Yo, shouts out to Adam Green who wrote that song. I love Adam Green. Adam Green's great. If you've never heard Adam Green, he's brilliant. He's kind of I bet he's a folk musician. I wonder if I can play Adam Green without getting yeeted. Oh, man. Who knows? It's hard to tell. Hit me with a request, and I'll play a request. I'll put a song on. I'll run and get some reams. Willy Wonka. Ooh. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the request. That's a great one. That is a great one. I should probably allow this. There's this like lag. Delay between me speaking and you hearing me. And that's supposedly to make the stream smoother. Although the stream doesn't look like it's being really smooth right now. But hopefully it just, works itself out. It could be that there's too much going on in OBS. It could be that this sexy new stuff is causing problems. I don't know. Ooh. This is how we do it. Immortal Stan Lee followed by Jack Kirby. Ooh, imagine that. The first function of mythology. Ooh, imagine that. Ooh, I know what I'll do. Oh, baby. Oh, look, my beautiful ill wife has brought me water. Thank you, darling. That's very much. Ooh, I forgot this bit at the end of that record. I'm going to play you an unreleased song. How about that? An unreleased song. Yeah. Which one? I'm going to play you this one. This one's amazing. It really annoys me that this one isn't in the world. But maybe one day it will be. I have tried. I've been trying so hard. Oh my God. But no dice yet. Yo! This is unreleased.
Akira.
Classic. Epic stuff.
Well, the ego can't reflect upon itself unless it has a mirror against which to read itself, and that mirror would be the mythological schedule that lets it know where it is. It's a mirror with a schedule, patterned mirror, And the ego sees itself in that reflex and knows where it is on the scoreboard. Just for example, a person who at the age of 40 is wondering whether he's going to be punished by mother and hasn't moved on. And a person at the age of 80 who's wondering, how's my golf score? He hasn't moved on either. Myth lets you know where you are.
Facts.
And it knows what the patterns have been of life through centuries in that position that you now are entering or holding. Myth lets you know where you are. The 40-year-old now should see himself as a free, willing, independent, self-responsible human being. And he should have certain noble heart powers that have been called to his attention and to which he has been invited to give himself that will enable him to act in terms of nobility, not in obedience, but out of himself. And the older person must know, I'm now participating in the achievement of life. I have achieved it. And I'm looking back. And I can tell you there's a wonderful moment that comes when you realize I am not striving for anything. And what I'm doing now is not a means to achieving something later. Youth has always to think that way. Every decision a young person makes is a commitment to a life course. And if you make a bad decision of that angle, by the time you get out there, you're far off course. But after a certain age, there's no future. And suddenly the present becomes rich. It becomes that thing in itself which you're now experiencing. And if you've been prepared a little bit for that, you're ready. Let you know where you are.
You know where you are. Myth flesh, you know where you are.
Let you know where you are.
Where you are. You know where you are.
I've had the experience of lecturing to old age groups, and myself actually in old age. I'll be 79 next month. I can tell you there came a gradual realization. Boy, this is it. I'm in that place, and every experience is of value in and for itself without any reference to anything that might happen. I've mentioned this to older groups, and people come up to me afterward and say, we didn't realize. It's beautiful.
Myth let you know where you are.
Let you know where you are.
Where you are. You know where you are. Myth let you know where you are.
Let you know where you are.
Where you are. You know where you are. Myth let you know where you are.
Let you know where you are.
Where you are. You know where you are. Myth let you know where you are.
Let you know where you are.
Where you are. You know where you are.
Damn, baby, there was an exclusive. Exclusive on the quarantine stream. Unreleased Akira the Don and Joseph Campbell. Myth lets you know who you are, where you are, why you are, what you are. All that. Very, very important. Very important message, very important concept. So, you know, one of these days we will release that. It's a case of clout. It's a case of accruing clout. I believe the rights to that are currently owned by Netflix or something. I don't know. So I've got to clout up so I can, you know, slap the old meaning pole down on the table and be like, boom. When they be like, damn, yes, Akira, we need you to do this. I mean, we want you to do this. In fact, here's $1 million to do this. My God. You know? Yeah! Yeah! All right, boom. What we're going to do is we're going to play some tracks from this Gary Vee album, and then we can talk about it. You know, so I'll play some tracks, and you can, if you've got any questions or whatever, as to how it came together, what it's all about, what the point is, all that type of thing. If you have any amazing revelations, drop those in the chat. And then we will be going in with the very, very epic party DJ set. Very, very epic. Very epic. The Gary Vee album came out today. It's doing very well on Spotify. How many people have listened to it on Spotify? Hey, Spotify for Artist app says 16,000, 15,593. That's good. Meanwhile, on YouTube, it's like 500 or something. YouTube is really fucking me right now. YouTube is not sending out notifications. YouTube is not showing my videos to anybody at all. And I don't know if it's because they hate me. I don't know if it's because I'm live streaming every day and they don't like that or something. I don't know why it is, but that is mildly annoying, but whatever, you know. You're here, we're here, and that's all that counts. But yeah, engagement is the contemporary crack, so just leave. If you like something, leave a comment on it, and that helps, allegedly. Who knows? Anyway, this is the first track from the Gary Vee album. It's called My Dream. And smash like if you want Gary Vee to achieve his dream. And if you don't know what his dream is, you're about to find out.
Akira.
He's got clout. He's got clout. He's got clout. He's got clout.
Today's guest is one of the world's leading marketing experts and living proof that the American dream is alive and well if you're willing to work your face off.
Life starts in being born in Belarus in the former Soviet Union. I came to the U.S. when I was 3 years old. We were very, very, very poor. I lived in a studio apartment with 8 family members, and my dad and my mom, as you can imagine, are very much my heroes. My dad worked every hour of his life being a stock boy in a liquor store. I was a very entrepreneurial kid. I was day trading attention from a young age. I had 6 lemonade stands when I was 7 years old, and I would spend all my time trying to figure out what tree and what pole to put the signs on, because I was watching people drive and trying to figure out what signs. I was a very sick child. When I was 12 and 13, I was selling baseball cards, which were very popular in the United States at the time, and I was making $1,000 to $2,000 a weekend selling them in the malls, which was great, and I was rich for a young kid, and it was fantastic. But then my career changed. My dad dragged me into the liquor store, and I hated it at first, but luckily I realized that people collected wine. I was into collecting sports memorabilia. That was my passion, that was the connection, and I decided that I was gonna jump into my family business, open up 4,000 liquor stores across America, sell the franchise one day, and buy the New York Jets, because that is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. That is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. In 1994, I was in my dorm room in college. My friend came over to me. He brought me into a room. It was the first time I heard "Cooch," which was the internet. I was very excited about it. I didn't know what it was. I said something stupid like, "Is this the information superhighway?" I looked at it. This was 1994. I literally stood there and watched people on the internet for 5 hours. It was that crazy. It was just that insane. It was so new. And when I finally had my turn to go on there, within 20 minutes, I landed on a message board where people were trading and buying cards, baseball cards. And I realized, my God, I can do business on this thing. Because that is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. That is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. Because that is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. That is my dream. Buy the New York Jets American football team. You two stand up. You two stand up. Let's clap it up for these guys.
Gary Vee, Akira the Don. That's the first song, My Dream. Smash like if you want Gary Vee to achieve his dream of owning the New York Jets American football team. What a guy.
Gratitude.
Yo.
On that 400 trillion to one thing, I'm grateful. Straight up, like, I don't know what to say. Like, you might have not been born, right? Like, your dad could have been late to the apartment that day. On some real shit. Like, I don't think people would contextualize perspective. Like, what? Like, you're alive. Like, you're alive. You could have been a tree. You could have, like, right? Like, this is cool. Like, life is good. Life is good. Like, it's good to have one. It's good to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's good to have one. That's number one. One of the biggest things for me is being the bigger person. I hate conflict. Ironically, like, I'm a tough guy when I have the mic and nobody else can talk, but in real life, I like happiness and vibes, and like, I've eaten shit my whole life. Kids stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from me in the liquor store. Like, I found a way for him not to go to jail for a long time. Like, you know, like, just being the bigger person has been a core principle of mine. Not valuing money over family and, like, happiness has been huge. Fuck money.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Hercules has got a donut.
Money. You cannot care about money more when you don't care about what people think about your money. You know? Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's good to have one. That's number one. Yeah. Patience. Holy shit, I'm gonna live 4 more full lives. And no matter how crazy what I think about right now is, and like what I want to accomplish on or off the field, I got 4 fucking lives to do it. You guys know Grey Goose? The guy who invented that as an entrepreneur invented it at 78. 78 years old. You know? That's life. Like, you can do everything wrong. Have every dream you've ever had fucked up. Blame it on other people. The girl fucked it up. That injury fucked it up. Coach fucked it up. Blame everybody. Have everything go wrong. Be 57 years old and still have fucking 40 years to make it right. It's crazy, honestly. If there was some crazy new drug that I could, like, inject in you that gave you perspective of time, that's the drug I would give you. Straight up. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's cool to have one. That's the one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's cool to have one. That's the one. Yeah. It makes you optimistic. People are sitting here dwelling already. Dwelling already. Fuck, I shouldn't have come to Rutgers. Fucking knew it.
Fucking Rutgers.
Of course there's people thinking that. Like, that's just real life. Dwelling already, haven't even fucking started. Man, that's what I want to change.
Good. Life is good. Like, it's good to have one. It's good to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like, it's good to have one. That's number one.
Yeah, my guy. Bap. Make some noise for Gary Vee. Yeah, those first couple of tracks off the album. Where's my mic? There's my mic. Shouts out to Mike B. Thank you for the super chat. Said life is good. Thanks for another classic ATD. Yo, thank you for being here, man. And yeah. What's cool about this record, right, is I made this record last July. Oh, I think it was supposed to come out last August initially. And oftentimes, you know, I don't really listen to my stuff once I've finished making it. I've listened to it more over the past couple of weeks because I've been doing these streams and playing stuff to you guys than I ever do. I normally, you know, I make a thing, during which time I listen to it loads because I'm making it, listen to it over and over and over while I'm turning it into, you know, making it come into existence. And then I move on to the next thing and I don't think about it again. And then if I ever do hear something I did before, normally all I can hear in it is like the mistakes or things I would do differently now. You know, things that I would do differently now. It's kind of like when you read a diary, right? If you ever read a diary from when you were a kid, you're just like, oh my God, who's this cringy little fuck? What the hell, you know? But not the case, not the case. This, like, when it came time, we got to the point where we were able to put it out just now. And I was like, I hope it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck, it's epic. It's like, damn. Nice, it's epic. So that's good. Epic is good. Epic is good. And it was like very concise, you know, it's just 12 tracks and it's 12 bangers, and that's what I wanted to do. I was just like, 12 bangers with like the core Gary Vee philosophies, those core Gary Vee ideas, just 12 bangers. Like really encapsulate those things and make sure the music really matches the soul and intention of those things very viscerally, you know? And also him and his vibe, you know, he's I don't know how old he is, but like, you know, he's very much in touch with contemporary culture. He pays attention to modern music. He has a playlist on Spotify that's just like modern trap and old Mobb Deep records mixed together. You know, he's a G. John, thank you for the super chat. Says, can we get some Goggins or Jocko? Clout from Idaho. Yeah, bless up. Yeah, a little later on we can get some of that stuff. Right now we're going through this Gary Vee stuff, but shouts out to Idaho, and thank you, John Hannibal Smith. This record exists. It's a funny thing, in the context of the Meaning Wave universe, this is the bit, I would say, the sort of, because it's very practical. It's one of those practical ones, but it's also got the same deep kind of core philosophy as a lot of the other ones. They're all, someone pointed this out earlier, everyone in the Meaning Wave universe is very stoic. Gary Vee's very stoic, you know, just in general. And I kind of feel this is like, I feel like him and Elon and Naval would make a really good supergroup. You know? If they were like a super group or a super team, they would be a very good super team. They've just got that really, really hardcore optimism, really hardcore get after it, do it, really hardcore don't fucking whinge and moan, just get after it vibes. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, it's Joey Diaz talks about immigrant mentality, right? Like immigrant mentality, that kind of hustle thing. That's one of the things about America being a nation of immigrants. It's part of the American thing. It's one of the reasons I came here. It's just like that fucking get after it. It's like stop bitching, go forth and be mighty. There's opportunity. Go and do something. You know, however practically true that might be, whatever. That's the vibes, and that's what Gary Vee encapsulates. And it was very much. It was either going to be, what was the first track? The first track was either going to be this one or the other one. The one that was first. And I was a little like, can the first track be him going, this is my dream, own the New York Jets? It's like, is that like going to be alienating to people who don't know what a New York Jets is? Is that a bit of an aggressive thing to come in or whatever? It's like, nah, that's the point. That's the foundation. He's just like, boom, here's me, immigrant, like worked really hard, lemonade stands, da-da-da-da-da, came over from communist fucking Europe type thing. And this is what I'm up to and this is what I want. And then it goes in with all the other stuff. So I think it works out well. What was the other question? Someone's asking how this came together. Yeah, I will tell you in a second. I'll play another track. Then we talk about that. This is a continuation of that vibe, right? And this is very good advice. This is very good advice. And this really is a twin. This is like a spiritual twin to what Naval was talking about.
Akira. He's got clout.
Yo!
As the pressure grew, how do you, as an international speaker, with all of your attention, how do you cope with all of the pressure? pressure in terms of hate and everything that goes on?
Quite easily. From a very basic thing. I know what my intent is, and I'm very grounded in it. And I deploy enormous amounts of empathy to my haters.
Hi, haters.
When somebody leaves a comment that I'm a charlatan or a snake oil salesman, or my daddy gave me the money to build the liquor store and I shouldn't be listened to, I understand why they say that. I know it's not true. It feeds me in a very good way. And so for me, to be very honest with you, it's been very easy because when your intent is pure, I think about succeeding in one very simple story. There are two ways, my friends, to build the biggest building in town. Step number one, just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Step number one, just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Step number two, build a decent sized building and then spend all your time trying to tear everybody else's building around you down so you end up being the biggest building in town. My friend, 95% of people try to do number two. But when you know you can build the fucking biggest building in town, you do that. You do that. And so because I know what my intent is, I just don't value anybody's opinion about me, including my parents and wife and children, more than I value my opinion about myself. Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Step number one, just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town.
And that is just excellent advice for this assistance. That's just ridiculously excellent advice.
Something I've been thinking about a lot. It's this notion of the clouds and the dirt. Meaning, I don't spend any time on the things that don't matter, and what doesn't matter is basically everything in between the overall vision and strategy and the real knowledge of it.
The clouds are the high-end philosophy and beliefs that are at the heart of everything I am personally and everything I do professionally. Personally, it's really simple. Family first. Professionally, it's not that much different. 99% of what we deal with doesn't matter. If you religiously follow just a few core philosophies that mean most to you, everything else will naturally fall into place. Being an actual practitioner, it's the hard work. Being a good spouse, parent, son, sibling, and friend. Professionally, it's knowing my craft. I'm super not interested in being fancy. I'm willing to work. I'm never gonna forget what I'm about, and I do unscalable, not the right use of my time shit 50% of my day, every day, for the rest of my life, because I love the fucking clouds and dirt. I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, dirt. People don't understand is the dirt is so important because unless you actually have the skills, your reputation or what you did the day before or who your mama isn't going to impact your success. Your success is going to be predicated by the dirt, and the dirt is a mixture of having the work ethic to get your hands dirty and then the experience predicated from actually doing the work. If you're not working on your craft, if you got too fancy to keep doing your thing, you lose. It's why I love comedians that still go to small clubs. Seinfeld, in his prime, just going to bullshit clubs in the middle of America and working on his craft. It's dirt. It's never getting too fancy to get away from what got you there in the first place. That's how people lose. Clouds and dirt. I love the fucking clouds and dirt. clouds. I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt.
Small in Australia just had a question, and that's a good question. He said, what did you say? He said, what did you learn from Gary Vee making this album, right? That's what you asked. It was something along those lines. Let me see if I can find that question. Belarus, that's where he's from. Yeah. What lessons did you learn from Gary? A lot of it seems to echo your core philosophy. But did this add anything to your thinking? And that's the answer. The answer is yes, right? When you're on Twitter and when you retweet someone, it's usually because they've said something that you know or you believe, but they've said it in a way that's very clear. They've enunciated it in a fashion that's really encapsulated that thing. That's why Naval's such a genius. He just spends all day doing that, right? And so it is with Gary Vee. But I will say that a couple of his concepts really solidified things for me in a way that were previously not as solid. One of them was this thing about how much time you've got. And people are always stressing, like, oh, I've got to sort this thing out. Oh, I'm getting too old, or oh, I'm too old to start doing this, or whatever it is. And he's like, fuckface, you're going to live like 3 or 4 more lives. You've got enough time to like do this whole thing, and then do another thing, and then do another thing, and then do another thing. God damn it! And it's very true. It's very true. Particularly now, there's no reason why you couldn't be 70 and starting a whole new, like, you could be 70 and decide, you know what, I'm going to be a music producer. You could teach yourself how to use a DAW and start making beats at 70. You could. And we have examples of this. We've got Pete and Baz in the UK, who are perhaps the finest drill artists in the UK today. There are a couple of dudes in their mid to late 60s, a couple of Cockney East End types, and they're really good. Now, I don't know how much of it they're writing themselves, and I don't care. They're performing it, and it's really, really good. You know, there is no reason why now you couldn't have like a bunch of different lives at this point in time. And I love that. I also love that last one, that point, that clouds and dirt thing. And he says that thing in there about, Seinfeld still playing shitty little clubs, keeping himself sharp. One of the saddest things I ever saw recently, one of the saddest things I saw recently was Eddie Murphy on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, which is Seinfeld's show. And Eddie Murphy, at one point, they asked, Seinfeld says if he regrets anything. He doesn't actually ask him. Eddie Murphy volunteers this regret. And he says he really regretted stopping playing in clubs and stopping sharpening his sword and losing that. Because he was one of the, if not the greatest, one of the greatest stand-up comedians on the planet. And he got fancy, he got into Hollywood, he got movies, and he thought, I don't have to do that anymore. That grind of going out and playing in clubs and like being right up in the faces of these people and stuff, I don't need to do that anymore. So he didn't, and then he lost that skill. He lost it. And the sorrow in his eyes when he says that is truly a thing to behold. I rewind it in my head quite a lot, and I would advise you all, seek that out and watch it. Look at the pain in Eddie Murphy's eyes. And it's like that for me. It's like, say, DJing. There's certain aspects of what I do are very much the dirt of what I do. And they like DJing. It keeps you in the ground, like DJing these like small clubs and stuff. It keeps me there and paying attention to what's going on, understanding people, seeing what people are reacting to, seeing what trends and changes there are, all that sort of thing. Seeing how human psychology changes and stuff. And it's really tempting for me sometimes to be like, oh, I don't need to do that anymore. Fuck that. I can. But like, that's the dirt, and Gary Vee talking about that concept of the clouds and the dirt, the up there and the down there. And that's one of the things we're doing with Meaning Waves. So it's like, we'll go up there with Alan Watts, and then we'll go down there with David Goggins, you know what I mean? And they're all very, very important. So in answer to your question, yes, there's a couple of things. But basically, every track on the album is a crystallized idea that I found very useful. And a lot of it is stuff that I already had bits of. But having it crystallized in this form and in these epic-ass songs has been really helpful. So thank you, Gary Vee. Thank you, the Vim Fuego, for the super chat. And no message attached, just a generous-ass super chat of $20. So thank you, brother. Somebody asked for this song earlier, so we will play this song. This is another really, really epic bar. And this is something to really bear in mind, particularly now. And Yeah. Hang on, someone's asking what Gary mean by the dirt. What might Gary mean by the dirt? Sorry, well, that's what I was just talking about. It's like, it's that practical stuff, the practical side of whatever it is you're doing. In my case, it's like going out and DJing in clubs, like digging for records, like listening to new music, doing like answering the comments, like doing these live streams, like reading every comment, answering every comment, not getting all fancy, not being like, oh, I'm Mr. Hoity-toity music producer and I'm just gonna go off here and ignore you, like, you know what I mean? That's the dirt. That's the like the practical real world shit in whatever it is you're doing. Like, for example, like, you know, I can do Photoshop and graphic design and video editing and all these things that, like, you know, I'm now starting to delegate some of this stuff, but the fact that I can do it means I can talk in the language of the people doing it, you know, which is very, very useful, and I understand it. I'm not off there being like, oh, I don't, you know, you work out my website for me, Mr. Website Guy. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah! Cap Strong says that's pure Aurelius. I told you, man, like, Gary Vee's a stoic boy. He's a young stoic lord. Most of the people I like are. The Tyrode got a campfire going to this. Should get a whiskey to drink. Yes, you should, my guy, and send one over here. I haven't had a whiskey in like 2 years. I want one now.
People lose because they think it's going to happen fast when life is long.
Life is long.
And so I've been spending a lot of time on this, just watching behaviors. Who's winning? Who's winning is the person that likes what they do. It's true. Like, how many more fucking millionaires do I have to hang out with that are gonna take their life or in deep depression or doing drugs and alcohol to deal with the pain? Because making $2.3 million a year brings them zero fucking happiness. And how many people do I have to hang out with that make $87,000 a year that sell Smurf t-shirts on the internet and love fucking life? Shit's getting very clear for me. Maybe it's because I'm getting older now, but shit's getting very clear to me. It's pattern recognition. Life is very basic. We make it unbelievably complicated. We're unbelievably products of the DNA and the parents and the environment we grew up on. And we have to really understand that so we know how to navigate the next step. I don't hear any of you. Let me say it one more time. I don't hear any of you. Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can't hear you. How many people here fuck with my content and they love it? Let me hear you.
That's a very good point right there. That's one of them anthems of that new Gary Vee album, Can't Hear You, and that's some real shit. You can sit there like listening to every bad thing that everybody says about you, right? And you'd have a very distorted idea about the world. But similarly, if you listen to every nice thing everybody says about you, you can have a very distorted idea of what the world is, you know? Shouts out Lauren Smith, thank you for the super chat. Says, so thankful for the certified wave lord. So thankful for you. You. Woo. It's one of my favorites. Kind of all are.
I view social media as a mirror. I think what people are putting out is an incredible indicator of what's inside of them. So right now there's a lot of political anxiety. There's a lot of ideological anxiety. And so what we're seeing is a lot of judgment. We consume as animals. And I think if one feels overwhelmed, they should stop consuming. Stop consuming. I don't put social media consumption in a very different place than the films and music and books that one reads. The collective replies to people's angst is no different than Kurt Cobain's singular angst.
Major League Facts.
And I think we're forgetting the upside. There's so much love and greatness going on every day. Forgetting the upside. Humans find what they're looking for. We're forgetting the upside. There's so much love and greatness going on every day. Forgetting the upside. Humans find what they're looking for. I I think it's great. I don't care about social media. I really don't. I care about humans communicating with each other. I'm fascinated by communication, and I'm fascinated that we now have a collective ability to communicate at a scale that we've never seen before. And I think right now people are focusing on the downside of that. You're signing into Twitter to find a fight, or to find somebody to fight with, to see some negativity. You're gonna find it. I think if you go to Twitter or Instagram to find happiness and positivity, it's there.
At scale.
And I think we're forgetting the upside. There's so much love and greatness going on every day. Forgetting the upside. Humans find what they're looking for.
Yeah.
We're forgetting the upside. There's so much love and greatness going on every day. Forgetting the upside. Humans find what they're looking for.
Yeah, this is so real. I always say, like, people are always like hating on Twitter. I love Twitter. My Twitter is great. I just follow wavy people. You know what I mean? I don't go into Twitter looking for drama. I don't go on Twitter causing drama, having drama. I go on there and I learn from, like, smart people. I follow some really cool, smart people. I follow some fun people, you know, stuff like that. I love my Twitter. I've got my location set to Tokyo. So the Twitter thinks I'm in Tokyo, so that the trends it shows me is just written in Japanese. So it's just Japanese hieroglyphs. So I don't see the drama. I just see Naval, you know, and like, you know, whoever it is. The most drama I see is flipping Nassim Taleb, like getting engaged in like mad fights with Claire Lemon from Colette. You know what I mean? That's all I see out there. I just see cool shit. I see people being cool. And that's most of what it is. You know what I mean? The world is a mirror. You're going to see a reflection of what's in you when you look out there in the world. That's all it really is. The world is a mirror. Everything works from the inside out. Yeah! P. Silver, I agree. I see people blaming their Twitter feeds every time. And me, when I look at mine, I can't agree. My feed is awesome. Yes, because you're awesome. Your feed's a mirror. Feed is a mirror of you. Just like your room. Clean your damn room.
We've gotten soft as a cold.
Clean your damn Twitter feed.
Because the U.S.
Let me rewind there. There's another thing as well. There is no cosmic law that says you have to follow everybody that say follows you, or that you have to follow everybody that say you're friends with or related to. If your mum is like, you love your mum in real life, but she's annoying on Twitter, you can unfollow her on Twitter. In fact, you should. It is your duty to be as cool and calm in yourself as possible, right? And if you're following people that are causing like disturbances in the force, you don't have to do that. There is no cosmic law that says you have to follow anybody at all. And you can say that straight to their face, and if they get butthurt about it, then they need to work stuff out in their own selves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. This song is called Never Being Better. Do you sense a common theme? That last song was called Forgetting the Upside. Yeah. Theo Chai said, I decided I was annoying on Twitter and therefore I stopped. Well done, I'm proud of you. You know, you looked in that mirror and you didn't like what you saw, so you fixed it. Like, shit, I meant to trim my mustache earlier, and I didn't. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course we've gotten soft as a culture in the U.S. Because the U.S. has had an incredible 200-year run, right? Like, this is just what happens. And that's a great thing. That means there's been enormous amounts of prosperity. But let's not be naive. I mean, people literally complain when somebody gives them the wrong amount of, like, extra cream in a Starbucks $6 coffee. My lack of interest in complaining is so high, and when I watch what people complain about, it breaks my heart because they completely lack perspective. I genuinely believe my happiness and optimism comes from my perspective. Even in political unrest times like right now, a lot of people are very bent out of shape, but the reality is that it's just never been better. It's just never been better to be a human being. is actually the quickest tell to who they are. If you think it sucks or it's bad, you have losing pessimistic DNA. And if you think it's awesome and phenomenal, you have optimistic winning DNA, and I believe that to be true.
Facts.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We're beating ourselves up. Like, everybody sucks at something, right? Like, we all have shortcomings, and we all have strengths. And for me, it's like, why don't we just audit that? Like, why don't we just look at it that way and be like, all right, well, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at that. Like, and then I only focus what I'm good at, right? Like, I don't dwell that I can't fix shit around the house. I call somebody to fix it. Like, I'm not a man. I don't give a fuck. I don't get it. I also think it's awesome that I'm so emotionally stable and I'm the emotional backbone of everybody. Is that what a dude's supposed to do? Like these cliches, these stereotypes, they're so silly. I don't judge myself. I'm fully in love with myself. It's just never been better to be a human being. It's just never been better. That's just the truth. That's just data. That's reality. It's just never been better to be a human being. It's just never been better. That's just the truth. That's just data. That's reality.
Yeah. Never been better. This next one is called Everybody Sucks.
Trying to get people to pass me on.
They're twins.
There's people bottom feeding. There's people doing the wrong thing. There's people that don't have the right intent. And they're taking advantage of people when they're in a sad place, or when they're nervous, or insecure. I want to make people to know.
David Ho.
That,
that's real.
I'm focused. I'm focused on getting all the attention. All of the attention.
This beat is crazy.
I can do a couple things. My number one goal for all of you is one. First and foremost, to build self-esteem. I want all of you to be more confident tomorrow than you were yesterday because you're spending time paying attention to my crap. Because it's very simple. My crap speaks to this.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit. All suck at shit. Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit.
Bucko.
When you figure out what you're good at and where your strengths lie, you will win. I'm tired of your mom saying you're a loser, or your boyfriend saying you can't, or your older brother, because he's insecure, not giving you love or self-esteem so that you can succeed. Dude, I'm tired of the people closest to you because their insecurities and weaknesses giving you feedback and putting you in a paradigm, in a path that keeps you suppressed because they've got their insecurities. They've got their insecurities. They've got their insecurities. They've got their insecurities. Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit. All suck at shit. Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit. Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit. All suck at shit. Stop worrying about what you're not and start focusing on who you are. We all suck at shit.
Akira.
Yeah, real shit from Mr. Gary Vee. Real shit from Mr. Gary Vee and Akira the Don. Shouts out to Pixie, thank you for the super chat. Epic activities only in 2020, that's facts. Pixie, that's facts.
I wish we had better perspective. I wish that there was some weird genie that could take us back into time so that every one of you could live one fucking day in your great-great-grandparents' shoes and understand how fucking good you have it.
Understand how fucking good you have it.
Like, if you really understood. I'm not naive to what's happening in our society. Let me just say this very clear so everybody gets it through their fucking dome. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. To ever be alive in the history of mankind.
Yeah.
Fascinated by this. Fascinated by fucking mindset. It's a binary decision if you're gonna be positive or negative about shit. When you bet on optimism, when you're on the offense, when you are playing towards intangibles, you do something super duper interesting. You start suffocating excuses. If you ask me what the number one thing is that I'm thankful for that my parents gave me, taking me from a communist country and moving me to the US, parenting me well, roof and clothes. If you ask me the number one thing I wake up every morning and thank that my parents did, is I never saw either one of them complain about jack shit. And it basically created learned behavior for me. I am incapable of actually complaining about shit. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the best. This is the best.
This is the greatest year
to ever be alive in the history of mankind.
And you know that's true. You know that's one of our major themes over here at Meaning Wave HQ. That's just really is one of the major themes. Really is one of the major themes. Obviously, and I talk about that so much, you know. Our ancestors, all they went through so that we could be here in this miracle, in this goddamn miracle that they built, this ark, you know, that's just keeping us so safe. Look at us right now. Look at us over indoors watching the quarantine stream. You know what I mean? We're in the houses watching the quarantine stream, dropping wave emojis in the chat. That's what we're doing at this, like, you know, epic period. It really is the most amazing thing. And another thing that's in that, which is, here's something that I didn't used to be very good at. Didn't used to be very good at this. And, you know, I'm still constantly trying to get better at this.
The greatest.
DJ! And that's the complaining thing. That's the complaining thing. No one wants to hear that. And do you know who else doesn't want to hear that? Your subconscious doesn't want to hear that. You're just reinforcing that. It's not normally like, amazing, I woke up alive. So fucking what? And most people, they're really thinking so. Like, most people don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? I used to be quite bad at this. Like, I'd be quite good at not moaning in general, but I would still moan at my wife. I'd moan to my wife. I'd like complain or whatever, or describe negative things that had happened. And it's like, why am I putting all that on her? That's not fair. And so I stopped, or I really put a lot of effort into trying not to. I mean, I'll still occasionally fuck it up, you know. And then I mentioned this to her, and she was like, "Oh no, I want you to. I want you to." But like, it's a difference between being able to be there for someone and treating someone in that fashion, and you know, being like, "You're there for me, and that's wonderful," and just using them as something to unload your crap on, you know. That was a good thing that Gary Vee helped crystallize in me. Was paying attention to that. It's a bit like the monitoring your self-talk thing, like you know, which is a concept that was alien to me before I read Mike Cernovich's Gorilla Mindset book, which had this whole thing about self-talk, and I was like, what's self-talk? And it's like, that's the internal monologue you have with yourself, the internal conversation. And I had a look at it, and I was like, holy shit, I really did talk to myself in a way that I would never talk to anybody else. I talked to myself so horribly. I was like, oh, you fucking prick. Oh, you idiot. Oh, you fucking moron. Look, you've done that. Oh, you fucked this up again. Look at you fucking blah, blah, blah. I was really horrible to myself. But I didn't realize I was doing it. I wasn't monitoring it. I wasn't paying attention. You know, and when I started paying attention, I was able to start regulating that self-talk and start befriending myself, you know, and treating myself like I would treat somebody I actually liked. Because I do like myself. I just wasn't paying attention, you know? And it was like doing that was very, very instrumental in helping me sort out a lot of things and get all this type of thing cracking and get better. Like, you know, I had a really big propensity to be really hard on myself. And I was like, well, that's good because I demand greatness of myself. Demanding greatness of yourself is great. But like treating yourself like a fucking slave and like, you know, like Apple treats their factory workers. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to get the best results. And it's the same with that complaining thing. You're giving life to stuff unnecessarily. It's like, you want to be greeting those things cheerfully, and I've been really trying to work on doing that, you know? I had lots of things fuck up with this. Like, the visual for the album comes out today. I had a whole bunch of mistakes in it. Like, I was up till 6 a.m. every day this week trying to get that thing done, and for whatever reason, Premiere rendered it with some mistakes. And the problem is like, I had this deadline, and I can't keep rewatching like a 50-minute video from beginning to end to make sure that it's got no errors in it. I just ran out of time. So I published today and I had some errors in it, and I just laughed. You know? And me, like, even a year ago would have been really angry and screaming and kicking things and stomping around the house, you know? And what good would that have done? That would have done no good whatsoever. The price I pay for part of this hyper-productivity of, like, you know, moving very fast and releasing things quickly is that they're all imperfect. Everyone's got a mistake in it. The Gary Vee album itself, when it hit Spotify, I'd spelt Nicks wrong in 94 Nicks. I don't know how that happened because in my Evernote file I'd got it spelt right, but somehow it came out spelt wrong. Whatever, like every album I've released has got a mistake somewhere. But here's the thing, I could work on an album for a month or I could work on it for a year. And if I worked on it for a year, there'd still be some mistake. There's no such thing as perfection. Art is never finished, you just have to stop. Who said it? Art is never finished, it's abandoned. You know, at some point you just have to stop and move on to the next thing. And that's another major key. Like, if you sit there just like laboring over a thing trying to get it perfect, one, it'll never be perfect. Because what's perfect to you on Tuesday is different to what's perfect to you on Wednesday, because on Wednesday you've grown a bit. So there is no perfection. You cannot reach that perfection. And all the time you're laboring on that one thing trying to get it perfect, that's time you're not doing another thing which will accelerate your growth and get you closer to your goals and closer to the better version of yourself, closer to that. That's why the system versus goal thing is so good. If your system is just, say in my case, make music, release music, make music, release music, like, I get closer to my goal of being as great as I can be every time I do that. If I labor over a thing for like a year, 10 years or whatever it is, like, it's not going to get to that level of perfection, because that level of perfection is impossible to achieve in a time system. And simultaneously, I'll have held up my progress for 10 years in doing that. So anyway, yes, so shouts out to Gary Vee for helping crystallize those things, you know? And this song is called Offense Defense. It's the penultimate song from the Gary Vee album. It's one of my favorites. It's another major key.
Akira. He's got clout.
You're either on the offense or defense. You're either on the offense or defense. I think a lot of people think they're in the middle, in transit. You're only on the offense or defense. I've realized that I've been on the offense my whole life because I never felt entitled to anything. An incredible thing happens when you're born with very little. You know, I was born in the Soviet Union, we come to America, I live in a studio apartment in Queens. My parents bought me 6 toys in my entire life, kind of thing. We took one family vacation in my entire life. When I wanted Nintendo, my mom looked me dead in the face and said, good, go buy it. On the flip side, she reinforced things that came natural to me and made them the most important things. While I was getting D's and F's, and every other immigrant parent was making their kids get A's and B's because they thought that's what mattered, my mom was accelerating any time that I showed compassion, any time that I showed empathy, any time that I showed gratitude. You're either on the offense or defense. You're either on the offense or defense. I think a lot of people think they're in the middle, in a transit. You're only on the offense or the defense. I once opened a door and I will remember this for the rest of my life. I was 8. I opened a door for a woman. You would have thought that I won a Nobel Peace Prize. My mom made such a big deal about that. You have to understand what she did. And no matter how bad you have it, millions, billions have it worse. And so for me, the mindset that I've rolled in this whole game is nobody cares. Nobody cares. And not that they don't care, people have compassion, but they can't. Think about how much you can care, even for the people you love the most. It's just a human thing. And more importantly, we have it ridiculously good. You're either on the offense or defense. You're either on the offense or defense. I think a lot of people think they're in the middle. In a transit. You're only on the offense or defense. This internet thing is the most important invention in the history of the human being. All the things that you worry about of like the man stopping you or something stopping you, all these things that we envision that are the reasons why you haven't been successful, this internet thing is taking away. The internet is the middleman. It's true. You have to understand how ridiculous this thing is. The ability for you to create content, videos, and written word direct to the audience. Up with, the answer is going to be we have to eliminate complaining and dwelling. We have to. And that's what she did for me. They're in the middle.
And transit. You're only on the offense or defense. Yo.
You're either on the offense.
Offense, defense.
You're either on the offense.
The Gary Vee Show.
I think a lot of people think they're in the middle. In a transit.
Yo.
You're only on the offense or the defense.
Yo, Major League Facts. That's Gary Vee right there. Gary Vee and Akira the Don. Offense, defense from that new album, The Gary Vee Show. Out now on all streaming platforms. Out now on all downloading platforms. Out everywhere that you can get stuff right now. Because, I mean, you can't go to a record shop anyway. So don't worry about that. Yeah! And that's just facts. You're either on the offense or the defense. It's a bit like the momentum is constant, right? But it's going in one direction. You know what I mean? Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. Either you're getting stronger or you're getting weaker, right? Either you're getting fatter or thinner, you know? Either you're getting sleepier or the opposite of the sleepier, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Either you're getting wavier or you're becoming a less wavy, unwavy creature. You're going in one direction at all times. So Jocko was talking about that on something. He was talking about, you know, like, oh yeah, you have the one ice cream, just the one ice cream. Oh, it's just one ice cream, but that's a step in that direction. Then you have another ice cream, then another ice cream. Jocko got a problem with ice cream. He's always on about that chocolate chip ice cream. You know what I mean? Jocko be fighting them demons on a daily basis. People think, oh, Jocko, you know, he was in Iraq. You know, he fought warlords and stuff. But like the main demon from Jocko's life, as far as I can tell, is the demon of chocolate chip ice cream. And I think we should all pray that you know, that he continues to keep that demon at bay. Imagine Jocko as a fat guy. You know what I mean? Imagine Jocko just like went full-blown Thor in Endgame. He just gave up and he went in on that chocolate chip ice cream. That would just be crazy. Anyway, offense, defense, Gary Vee, another banger. The penultimate track. A lot of people say that's their favorite. And shouts out to them for that. A lot of people's favorite is the last song. And that's often the way with my records, because the last song is often the best. Purely because I tend to make them in order. And so I'm warming up as I'm going. So by the time I hit the last one, I'm just firing on all fucking cylinders. So then I started, I did that with this album. Then I tried to do another one backwards. You know? So like, yeah, But anyway. But this one was kind of crazy because like this is one where like I did the beat separately and then I had a hard drive crash and it completely lost the file for the beat. So it's really badly mixed. Like it's not properly mixed. It's like technically it shouldn't work at all, but it's epic and it does. I don't know why. Then you find out it turns out that's the way with a lot of like really big records. A lot of really big records are 2-track. They're not mixing them like each bit. They're just getting a beat off some kid who in Germany and then they're rapping over it in California and then squeezing it through the compression tubes and popping it out. So that's fine. The demon is the chocolate chip ice cream. Says on breezy number. Damn straight. Chris says lolly your Jocko impersonation. It's pretty good. Like, you know, Jocko's really in my life. You don't realize how in my life Jocko is. Hercules listens to Jocko every night before he goes to sleep. Like Hercules' bedtime routine is like he gets a story, usually read to him by his mum, sometimes read by me. When it's me, I'm reading him Bone. We're reading Bone by Jeff Smith. We're on book 4 or 5 right now, The Dragon Slayer. And then he listens to Jocko podcast to go to sleep. So read him a story, then put on Jocko's podcast. And he demands it every night. Dad, put on Jocko. I need Jocko. Dad, Jocko. So Hercules, for years now, has just listened to Jocko every night before he goes to sleep. Imagine that. Imagine being a little boy and like, yeah, you're listening to that every night. Because I don't know if you've heard Jocko's kids podcast, but it's not that different from his grown-up podcast. The only difference is that he's not describing the grisly horrors of war, but he's very much like everything else is still the same, and he tries to put on a slightly more kid-friendly voice, but he still sounds like Jocko, you know what I mean? And then he's telling stories about when he was a kid at school, and I was at school, and this boy, we were playing a game, and I wanted to win, and I saw an opportunity to cheat, so I did. I cheated. And then he'll tell some story about how he cheated and did some awful fucking thing, and then he got to come up and saw something, or about how he had a friend who, like, wouldn't save up for a car. We wanted that toy car. He wanted it so bad. You're like, damn. Sometimes I'll be walking along with Hercules and some Jocko shit will just fall out of his mouth. No, leave no man behind, Dad. Like, what? All right. I'll say something to him and he goes, no, Dad, discipline. I'm like, okay. This is the last song of the Gary Vee album. It's called Optimistic Practical. I should have called it Optimistical Practical because that's how Gary Vee says it. And I nearly did, but then when you write it down, it like looks like mystical and then like it just seemed kind of off, even though that's what he said. Again, it's one of those things that like, you know, I might do it differently if I did it right now. Optimistical Practical. Gary Vee mispronounces things quite often. And it's very, very, I don't know if Freudian is the right word for it because it's not about banging his mum. But it's often because there's another meaning in there that's true. Like subconsciously it's true. And that's the case with this, optimistical practical. This is very much a twin. This is another like, this is in the, you could put this together with the Naval and the Elon joints about optimism and make a nice little like menage a trois, a very optimistic menage a trois.
Gary Vee!
This is also stoic as fuck.
3 words. Give me inspiration for any day I'm feeling down.
3 words.
3 words.
You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. Do something about it.
I don't look at anybody else. I have no fucking idea what you guys are up to, and I shit on myself every day. I critique everything I do. Everything is my fault. Period. End of story. Somebody hits me with a fucking car tomorrow, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have left the house that early. You get into that fucking mindset, I promise you shit changes. You need to fucking suffocate your bullshit.
Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. Optimistical practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration.
To suffocate your bullshit. Period. You either need to figure out who's holding you back and their judgment and go to them. I want you to call your mom and say, fuck you. If she's the person that is suppressing you because she's miserable and misery loves company. I'm being dead serious with you. People aren't doing things because they're fearful of other people's judgment and they're still keeping negative energy around them because they're obligated. And to let that dictate your only life is fucking ludicrous. Go volunteer at a nursing home for 1 day.
Do it.
Go talk to 8 people. You're gonna see something that's gonna scare the living shit out of you. It's called regret. Regret scares the shit out of you. Regret is the fuel besides gratitude that drives my life. You will see people and they will tell you things about the things they didn't do and the silliness to why they didn't do it, and they're running out of time. And you have time.
Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's inspiration. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah. That's inspiration.
If anybody that looks like you has ever done it, then you can too. If some kid that grew up with 2 alcoholic parents, right, and grew up in an orphanage made it, you can too. It's about mindset. The second you start having losing mindset, you've already fucking lost. I love when people think shit like The Secret is real. It's not fucking real. Here's how it works. If you actually are optimistic and you make a goal and your actions map to it, you miraculously get somewhere close to it. It's not sitting on your couch jerking off and saying, I wish I had $1 million. You're living through massive human shift. This is the biggest culture shift since the printing press. The internet is only roughly 20 years old in being a consumer product for all of us. This is just starting. What do you think's coming next? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's inspiration. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration.
Yeah.
Actually know what the fuck you're doing?
Well.
Are you actually putting in the work? Do you really want this that bad? Or do you want to make it look like you want it that bad? I challenge you and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Make some damn noise. Chrislina.
Said correctly. Yeah, that really is the underlying philosophy of Gary and Naval. They're both very practical, but even more optimistic. Optimistic, practical. Facts, facts, facts. Hercules just came over going, "You're gonna die? That's not very nice, Dada." I explained why it was. He went, okay. Yeah. Spawn in Australia says, "Thanks, dude. It's really great to hear you break down the album. I gather my own insights, but it's cool to hear your thoughts and others." Yeah, this is a cool format for all that type of thing, right? This here quarantine stream. We can do whatever we want on this quarantine stream. Who was it who said? Somebody said... Christina Zen says, "Call your mum and say, fuck you." Yeah, exactly. That's one of the good bits of advice on it. Don C, I feel like I got a crash course in Gary Vee today. Never even heard him before. Hey, well, there you go. Well, what you should do is you should send him a message and say, "Hi, I never heard of you before, but I just heard you on this Akira the Don album." And then you can tell him what you think of him, whatever that might be. I think people have a very weird idea of Gary Vee. People kind of think of him as being the, what do they call it? Like work, hustle porn guy. They call it hustle, but you, just hustle, hustle. He's way more than that. He's very, very multifaceted. And somebody said, and it was correct, the comment was, let me see if I can find it. It's very difficult to find comments sometimes. I can't find it. But somebody said something along the lines of, he just gave you all the keys. And it's something like that. And it's like, yeah. That's what I said. That's why I wanted to do the album. The practical. It's that practical. It's like a very much like how-to. Within those 12 songs, there's pretty much most of what you need to go out there, go forth and be mighty and get after it and make it happen and succeed. There really is. It's like all the things that and it's all mind virus stuff. It's all negative, zero-sum thinking, mind virus stuff that will stop you. You know, Navar talked about that a bit, but Gary Vee really goes in on that. So yeah, shouts out to Gary Vee, shouts out to you guys. I'm really happy that we finally got that record out. Someone was asking earlier how it came to happen in the first place. Andrew I think asked about it a bunch. And so what it was where's the beat that I want to say? Hold on, let's put on a beat in the background. Basically, Gary Vee's personal trainer, Michael Niavati, I think it is. He's like a sort of celebrity personal trainer dude, and he's a big Meaning Wave fan, and he hit me up and was like, "Oh, this stuff's amazing! I've just found this. It's blowing my fucking mind. This exists. I always wanted it to exist." And then he's like, "Oh, you should do Gary Vee," and I was like, "Hey, I actually already did. I did that The Greatest Year track." And he was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." I was like, "Yeah, I would really like to, put it on Spotify. And really, I would really like to make an album. Do you think you could find out if that would be possible?" And he said, yeah, let me look into it. And then about a month later, I got an email from him saying, "You're good to go, Akira." And it was an email chain from Gary Vee's team at VaynerMedia, and they'd been discussing it. And basically, it was cool. It was cool. It was go. It was cool, and it was go. So I did it. This was last July. And we did it, and it came out great. And then when it was done, I was going to put it out in August. There was suddenly complications, but those complications have now been sorted. So that's all good. So that's also now it exists. Now it exists, and it's like I'm really grateful that it happened that way, because due to recent disturbances, my schedule got kind of a bit murked. The Alan Watts album won't be able to come out for 3 weeks or something like that. Ooh, so long. But for me, because I'm really trying to hit this 1 album a month thing, it's very important to me that I do that. I've really worked out the cosmic implications of not doing that, and they're dire. And also, this album really fit perfectly to come after the Marcus Aurelius album and before what Alan Watts is talking about in the next one. And the last couple have been quite more philosophical, and it really tied together practically a lot of the things that we've been discussing in Meaning Wave for the past season, shall we say. So it really, really worked out perfectly. And So shouts out to everyone who's been looked in. I hope you all dug it. Thank you to everyone who seems to be digging it. If you could do me a favor, YouTube's fucking with me, I don't know why. So if you want a little homework assignment, if you could go and leave a comment on the Gary Vee album on YouTube, they might show it to a few more people. For some reason, they're showing it to nobody. So if you go drop a comment on it, that might be helpful. Spotify is doing its thing. Spotify is cool, man. Spotify, what are we on now? 16,000. Yeah. That'll... So Spotify is doing cool. But yeah, YouTube needs a bit of a kick in the dick for whatever reason. We're about to do a party set. It's Friday night. Hit me if anyone's got any questions related to that before we get into that. Hit me up, and we'll ask them. But we're about to get into our party set. Thank you, Andrew, for the super chat. Where's my button? Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. And someone requested Jocko, so I'm going to play a Jocko song. I'll answer a couple questions, play a Jocko song, then we're going to get into that Friday night funk down, that Friday night throwdown, that Friday night wave down. It's Friday night. It's that wave down. If you got some homies who need some party situations, get ready to hit them up. Get ready to text them. Get ready to send them, a digital communication or a pigeon. A pigeon. Yeah. Andrew says I'm going to share it all over LinkedIn. Do share it all over LinkedIn. That's definitely because I don't have a presence on LinkedIn. I'm like Joey Diaz in that regard. I'm like, who calls it LinkedIn? And it makes me fucking laugh every time I hear about it. Every time I read it in Joey Diaz's voice. LinkedIn. What is fucking cocksucker LinkedIn? Why did I gonna get on LinkedIn? Don C says, call YouTube's mum and tell her to fuck off. Yeah, exactly. Brazzinamaha. His birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, my guy. Yo. Regulate those birthday vibes. Shit, man, we're gonna have to do a special birthday set for you tomorrow just for that. Welcome to the channel, Biological Bootloader. What an epic name. Welcome to Level 3. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. Yeah, epic activities only on a Friday night here at the Meaning Wave Towers, here in the House of Meaning, here in the Church of Meaning. Yo, epic activities only. Somebody requested Jocko. I'm like, which Jocko song is the best one to play right now? Which is the vibes? Which is the vibes? And I think we know what it is. It's actually one that isn't. It's the one Jocko song that isn't on YouTube. Oh, sorry, isn't on Spotify. It's not on Spotify. This one. So we need to rectify that situation. You know, we'll rectify this situation. We'll rectify those vibes with Jocko 2, the actually untitled second Jocko album, which is coming later this year. Later this year to a system near you.
Akira.
He's got clout.
People want to know how to stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination.
This is John Hannibal Smith. Made this request.
They have some idea in their head, you know, some kind of a vision of what they want to do, but they don't know where to start. And so they say, hey, where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that. Here and now. That's it. Go. You want to improve? You want to get better? Go. You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? Go. You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? Go. 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 Where do you start?
Yeah.
You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now. Right now. Right now. You initiate the action aggressively. You go. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? The idea isn't going to execute itself. And the book isn't going to write itself. And the weights out in the gym, they're not going to move themselves. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. And that means you gotta stop thinking about it, and stop dreaming about it, and stop researching every aspect of it, and reading all about it, and debating the pros and cons of it. Just start doing it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? Go. You want to improve? You want to get better? Go. You want to improve? You want to get better? Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it. And get after it here and now.
Yeah, baby, get after it. Go forth and be mighty. Stop fucking around. This is your time to shine. I mean, did you ever think you were going to get locked indoors for fucking 2 months or whatever it is? Did you ever think that was going to happen? Imagine the things that you could do locked up in months. People used to be like this, oh man, if only I didn't have to go to work. Yo, now's your time to shine, motherfucker, get after it. Bow.
Hey, make some noise. Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat. We're about to go in. It's Friday night. Get ready. We're doing it. We're doing it now. Ring your mum, ring your nan. Ring your mum, ring your nan, ring your wife, ring your, get the next door neighbor over. You know what I mean? You wanted an excuse to get the next door neighbor over. You had your eye on the next door neighbor. Now is the time to get that next door neighbor over. We're going in. All right? That's what it is. It's Friday night. Yo, I'm gonna restart that thing. Something weird just happened with my whole shit. Yo! We're gonna start that from the... We're gonna go in from the tizzy. We're gonna go in for the tizzy. I think maybe that last one is the record we're gonna start with. I like the first record, but there's something about this that's kind of cool for a beginning. Check it out. At a completely different speed. Let's go down to 98.
Oh, I hope you have something great to wear tonight, because we're going to a party.
A party?
I want to introduce you to someone.
Akira.
It's done, it's good. Hands
vibes o'clock. Yeah, baby, this is big recorded human history right here. Let's get it. Y'all dancing away in the apocalypse. Why not? See, we're going down together, baby. We're going down like this. Guess what? We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be right here, baby. Get down.
To mine. All through the night, I want me to take me home. Will you be the man of my own? Will you be the man of my dreams? Will you be the one that made me sweet?
Akira.
Let's hold each other real good. Let's hold each other real good.
It's good.
Akira.
He's done. He's gone.
Bye.
Yeah, make some damn noise. What the heck? Will that get us yeasted? I don't know. I sneakily stuck in a bit of Donna Summer over the top of that, and then we shall see. Yeah! Yeah. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. That was very joyful. Thank you for being here.
Suavemente.
Ooh.
Yo, thank you, DS, my guy. Thank you for the super chat. And what is that? That is a glorious beast that's leaping. And that's very appropriate for right now. Thank you, Jeff, for the vibes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. That was super fun. I sweated my ass off. Yo. My goodness. Who said something about Funky Town? Godzilla. Oh, you just opened up a portal to a different place. A different place. Yeah, what place is that place? What place did you say that place was? Oh, I know the place. You mean, ooh, that place. Yeah, my God. One of these days, the internet will sort itself out and we'll be able to like play whatever music we want. For now, I don't think we can. So I can't play this in all its glory, and I would love to. Yo! Oh my goodness. But no, we're not doing that. We're not getting yeeted. We've got to keep this channel alive and healthy, which means playing super underground music, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing in itself. We just got to keep digging deep. That's what it's all about right now, right? We're indoors and we're digging deep. I'm digging deep in the crates. So I was talking to DJ Yoda. I was like, look, go DJ on YouTube. It's fun. That's what I'm doing. DJ Yoda said, yeah, but like I was like, you just got to play, you know, records that no one's really heard of, that have got nothing to do with major labels. He's like, I can't do that. See, I'm pretty sure you can, bro. You just got to dig deep. That's what we've all got to do right now. We're indoors. It's time to dig deep. That's what we're here for. That's what's cracking. This is an opportunity for all of us. You know, shouts out to all the new members. We got a lot of new members today. This stream. Wow, we got like, how many new members? 5 new members. James Jones, welcome to level 1. World Watcher, welcome to level 1. Saint Michael, welcome to level 2. Lavender, welcome to level 1. Biological Bootloader, welcome to level 3. Hang on, that's 5 already, and I think there's more. LZ, welcome to level 1. This thing doesn't know its maths, that's 6. J-Ram Regendra. Sounds like a superhero. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Church of Meaning. This is Akira the Don. That was epic. That was joyful. Thank you to everyone who's logged in. Thank you to everyone who threw a super chat. Thank you to everyone who joined the channel. If you want to support the wave, you can become a member of the channel. Click the join button below. You can click any of the links. If you want to go, you could follow the Spotify playlist. And you could just put that on repeat while you sleep every day. I think that's a smart thing to do. You know, you could do that if you want to support the wave. You could send a donation via the PayPal link if you want to do that. You can do that. You can join the Patreon if you want to do that. You can go buy a record on Bandcamp. You can do that. You could always smash that like. That's beautiful. That's very much appreciated. You could leave a comment on this video once it goes live, and you could leave a comment on the Gary V album. That would be cool. And, you know, you could just share this music with a friend. And I think what will happen is, you know, we'll just, that's what we'll do, and we'll keep growing and we'll keep growing. And then one day we'll grow so big that they will allow us to play Funky Town. Yo, they will let us, you know, that's what will happen. That's what will happen. So we're just going to build, baby. We're going to build our way up to that glorious peak of being able to play Funky Town, and then mix Alan Watts over the top, singing, please come in, please come in, please come in. Ooh, please go. Ooh, the shit that would be lit. Ooh. Ooh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, baby. Do not tempt me. Don't make me do some shit like that. Don't make me do some shit like that right now. I couldn't possibly. That would just be, ooh, come on. Come on, are you mad, blood? Man, they do not want to unleash the beast, because they will, and then it'll be all sorts of problems. Anyway, what was we talking about? Yeah, you know. You guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Someone just, thank you, Dakota, for the super chat. Says, do it all. I agree. Do it all. Do it all, baby. Do it all. We here. It's Friday night. It's a beautiful night to be alive. It's Friday, and hey, guess what? I'm about to get out of here. Hercules! Hercules! Now I'm about to get out of here, you know? But it doesn't mean the party has to stop for you, because we've got so many mixes now, so many joints. You know what I mean? You could all just make a pact to yourselves. You could say, do you know what? Shit, we're all going to go over to the Discord, right? And we're going to throw on last week's Future Funk mix, and we're going to hang out in the Discord and play that Future Funk mix and just get down like it's last week. You know what I mean? Like it's now. You could do that. You could do that. That might be a cool thing for you to do. What's that, buddy?
Win a hide and seek in Minecraft.
Are you playing hide and seek in Minecraft? Pull your shoulders back. Stand up straight with your shoulders back, boyo. It's better. That's much better. How you feeling? Where are you going? Do you want to do the bye-bye? Nearly ready. All right, cool. They're dropping diamonds for you, my boy. They're dropping diamonds in the chat for that boy. So many diamonds in the chat for that boy. Diamonds in the chat, diamonds in the chat. Diamonds in the chat for that boy. What am I looking at? Oh man, so many weird things. Anyway, so I'm getting completely distracted, like thinking of weird bootleg ideas. Thinking of weird bootleg ideas that I don't have time to do right now. Anyway, thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow for another weekend session. It's Saturday, so we've got to keep it lit. You know, we've got to keep it epic. It's going to be Saturday tomorrow. What will we do? What will we do? You know?
That would be quite the wrong response. Because I hope she's not serious and that she will play with me. I should say, are you sincere or are you just toying? Because you see, the word play has many different senses. The person who is playing the organ in church is certainly not doing something trivial. When you go to see a play called Hamlet, you're not seeing something trivial. When the concert artist plays Mozart, he is certainly entertaining you, but it's not a trivial entertainment. But on the other hand, we would use play in quite a different sense, when we mean just fooling around, doing it for kicks. Kicks. Doing it for kicks. Doing it for kicks. So it is fundamental, as a matter of fact, to both the Hindu and the Christian tradition, that the universe is the play of God. But the Christian thinks of it in the terms of construction play, like building blocks. The Hindu thinks of it as dramatic play, of the actual participation of the Godhead in the creation, so that every being whatsoever is God in disguise, doing it for kicks. God in disguise. Kicks. God in disguise. Doing it for kicks. God in disguise. Doing it for kicks. Doing it for kicks. God in disguise. Kicks. God in disguise. Doing it for kicks. God in disguise. Doing it for kicks.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with me? What am I doing? What am I doing? Imagine they gave you. Imagine if they let you. Imagine if they gave you the keys to the castle. Yo, you could just play whatever you wanted. Imagine if you could do that. Yo, what is up? What is up? What is up? Doing it for kicks. Doing it for kicks. Doing it for kicks. We out here doing it for kicks. And holy shit! Well, there you go. Well, that was a 3-hour stream. We did 3 hours. On this fine Friday night on the quarantine stream. Was that number 18? Was that number 18? Holy shit, we're old enough to drink today in the UK. And we're old enough to get married. We're old enough to vote today on the quarantine stream in the UK anyway. There wasn't a yeet. You're right, Andrew Conway says no yeet. Sometimes the yeet comes after the fact, you know, so keep them things all crossed. Keep all of them things crossed. We're about to get out of here. And yeah, that's what's up. We're getting out of here. Hercules, you're required. Hercules, you're required. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to get some lights with the remote control that change color. That'll be exciting. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with number 19. Do me a favor, smash that like. Leave a comment on the Gary V video. Leave a comment on this video. Bring some friends tomorrow night. What's that, buddy? Is tomorrow 20? Come here and talk. I don't know.
Today's 19.
Is it?
Yes.
Can someone confirm this in the chat?
It's 19. Is it? Yes.
I thought it was 18. Are you sure we're 19 today?
Yes, it's 19.
How do you know?
Yesterday was 18.
They're going to tell me in the chat. I don't know. Is it really?
Yes.
Damn, son. Where are you going? Come back. You're required. I've got to say a prayer. You want to do a prayer or shall I? What's that? My turn to do a prayer. All right. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Dear God, thank you for making me funky. You know? Thank you for making me funky, God. That's really cool of you. You could have made me anything, but you made me funky. And I dig it, you know? All them things what you gave me, I really like them. I like this life. I like this world. I like this live stream. I like this Meaning Wave community. I like this 152 likes what got smashed. I like these super chats. I like these diamonds in the chat. I like my son. You know? Christina Zen just dropped $2. That's a beautiful thing. She said, absolutely blessed stream. This is an absolutely blessed life. That's what it is. And we're all living in it together. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you right now, baby. Isn't that right, Hercules? You be yawning on my microphone in the middle of my prayer. Yo, look after each other. You know? Be the best you can be. You know? Who am I talking to?
And don't dab, otherwise the dab police will come.
You just don't dab badly, you know. If you're gonna dab, put your all into that dab, you know.
Bad, guys. Now dab's actually illegal right now. Actually.
Have they banned dabs? Are you gonna get?
Banned dabs.
Why did they ban dabs?
It's because I don't really know, but I've just looked at the internet. They've banned dabs now.
They banned dabs. I know nothing about that.
I don't care. I'm still doing dabs. The law.
Yo, Hercules is just dabbing his ass off back here in the dark, and you can't see it. But anyway, let me finish that little prayer. Herc, you gonna do the by five? Yeah. Anyway, thank you for all of this, because this is wonderful. This is what we have right here. I'm in a goddamn spaceship with my people, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Blessings, and thank you. By five time, kiddo. Hang on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. You're only a day away.